day, ladies and gentlemen. It's another wonderful time in God's presence. Today is the continuation of our ongoing series on spicing up your marriage. And the spice we will be discussing today is romantic communication. Romantic communication. A lot of times when couples get married and they start having children, the attention the children demand for work pressure and so many cares of this life takes them completely away from what they need to do to spice up their marriage. And as a result of that, they forget this particular key ingredient that can help them to make their marriage beautiful. Romantic communication. When you indulge in romantic communication, it helps to sustain the fire of your love in marriage. So romantic communication is a lifeline for the continued sustenance of our marriage. So the habit needs to be cultivated. Some people have been married now for 5 years. They have stopped communicating romantically. 10 years of marriage, they have stopped communicating romantically. Communicating romantically should not cease, no matter how old your marriage is. Even if you've been married for 50 years, you've been married for 60 years, don't stop doing it, because it will keep renewing your marriage on a daily basis. So, communication is a process of making yourself clear by the other party. And romantic communication is the process of romantically making your romantic intention romantically clear and understood. I take that again. Romantic communication is the process of romantically making your romantic intentions romantically clear and understood. When you romantically make your intentions known romantically, and it becomes romantically clear and understood, then it will not be a difficult task for you and your spouse to be on the same page. Don't stop wooing your spouse. Don't stop enticing your spouse. Don't stop arousing the interest of your spouse. Don't stop enticing your spouse. Don't stop seducing your spouse, because it will help your marriage to continually be sustained in love, in peace, in harmony, ultimately in joy and rest of mind. That is the beauty of romantic communication. This can be achieved using the instrumentality of eyeing. You eye your spouse in the house, anywhere. Suggestive winks, lewd handwritten notes and SMS, seductive looks and acts. Don't stop doing it. People, I've heard couples say, at their age, they are 20 years in marriage, they don't have time for things like that. They are preoccupied with the real issues of life. Regardless of the real issues of life, regardless of how busy you are, create time. Be intentional at doing all of this. It helps to ease off tension, no matter how terrible the tension is. It eases off pressure. It brings about relief because it helps you to relax. So don't stop being romantic. Give a wink, seductive one, suggestive one to your spouse occasionally. Fix your gaze on your spouse for a long time until he or she notices that you are observing her or you are observing him. It doesn't change anything negatively, but it adds flavor, positive flavor now to your marriage, because it will help your partner to be reassured of your commitment to him or her. And how about the feelings? How about the feeling? The feeling it triggers is always good, always fantastic, always interesting. In fact, most time they are out of this world. The feelings are intriguing, very, very beautiful feelings, because you hardly will desire the moment we cease, because you are romantic about it. Songs of Solomon, chapter 4, verses 9 to 11. Thou hast ravished my heart. Listen to romantic communication. My sister, my spouse, thou hast ravished my heart with one of thy eyes, with one chain of thy neck. How fair is thy love, my sister, my spouse. How much better is thy love than wine, and how the smell of thine ointment than all spices. Thy lips, O my spouse, drop as the honeycomb. Honey and milk are under thy tongue, and the smell of thy garment is like the smell of Lebanon. I just finished reading the scriptures. Before you begin to imagine in your heart that this pastor is carnal. I am not carnal. I am telling you the reality of what can help your marriage to be better. I read from Songs of Solomon, chapter 4. Let me convince you further by reading another chapter. Songs of Solomon, chapter 7. I read verses 1 to 5. How beautiful are thy feet with shoes, O princess daughter! The joint of thy thighs are like jewels, the work of the hands of a cunning workman. Thy navel is like a round goblet, which wanted not liquor. Thy belly is like an heap of wheat set about with lilies. Thy two breasts are like two young roes that are twain. Thy neck is as a tower of ivory, thy eyes like the fish pools in Heshbon, by the gates of Basrabim. Thy nose is like the tower of Lebanon, which looketh towards Damascus. Thine head upon thee is like camel, and the hair of thy hand like purple. The king is held in the galleries. Songs of Solomon, chapter 7, verses 1 to 5. So romantic communication is a communication that engenders romance. When you communicate romantically with your spouse, you extend an invitation of love and passion and emotional connectivity to him or her. And the moment the message lands at the destination, something is also triggered in him or her, because the way and manner God Almighty wired us as human beings, He designed us to be responsive to goodness and sweetness. And romantic communication, you will agree with me, is sweet. Is the experience is interesting, and there is no spouse, no matter how dry emotionally, that will not respond positively to romantic communication. You can wake up one morning, just smuggle one short, beautiful, romantic note in your wife's handbag. Smuggle something like that in your husband's car or in his office briefcase. When he opens it in the office, trying to himself, wanting to do a serious job, and the first thing he sees is that romantic, short, brief, but precise note in his briefcase, you can be sure that the rest of the day while at work will be beautiful for him, because there is motivation, there is confidence that has been reinforced that there is somebody back home that loves him so much. And before the closing hour, he's already looking forward to returning home because he knows that a grand reception awaits him at home. So let us continually, indulge in this romantic communication, because it has its own special way of strengthening our relationship and marriage. Until another episode, when I will be coming your way again with another beautiful spice that can help our marriages to be better. Stay blessed.